So if you're purchasing your domain, GoDaddy has the capability of also helping you to purchase your email as well. Their packages are set up a little different, but GoDaddy has that capability. They will try to give you like a free website that you can build, but you can also build a free website on Google. So that's another thing once we are establishing our business, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. GoDaddy, Namecheap, and Google Workspace are places where you can get the domain, get your email created. That's something that you need. Phone number, you can start off using your cell phone, but eventually you may want to get like a professional phone. Google Voice is what people use. You can start off with that. It's a free app that you can use. I try to always be conservative when you're starting your business. I don't want you spending all this money all over the place. But Google Voice is an app that you can download. That's a free app. It's an app that it gives you just a number that is not like your cell phone. But the thing is, when people call you, if you don't answer right away, it'll tell them like you're using Google Voice. Nothing wrong with that, but it's a free option. And once we get things up and running, you can always go and get a professional phone number if you want to. People in the school of thought on whether you need an actual 800 number versus a regular local number. I have both, and I've never been deterred or turned down from anything because I had a local number. So Grasshopper is another service that you can use for the professional phone number. And this is just something that's not your cell phone. The main and the most important thing is the name of your name of your business and your address matching. The phone number, once you actually register on the 411 directories, whatever number you register with, you want to try to keep that number. So if you're going to use the Google Voice, I don't know if they'll let you port your number over, but say you want to go later and get your business actually recognized, like, oh, okay, Divine LLC, okay, you will put it on what we call like a free 411 listing. So once you got your Divine LLC, you got your professional address, you have your professional email. Now I'm telling you that you need all of these things because when you go register on the 411 listing, the free directory, you need to put all this information in. I don't want you to put a Gmail or a Yahoo or something like that. Just have everything ready to get it listed on there. For my phone, I have Ring Central, but I like them, but they are pretty pricey. There are other ones that basically can do the same thing that are not as expensive. And I'm still with them because I'm locked into a few-year contract. So Freedom Voice is one. And also I'll do some digging too, because a few of these actually, I'm pretty sure Freedom Voice is the one that actually will also register as a trade line for your business. So a lot of these have perks to them, like the virtual office address. I believe it is Opus or Regis that registers as a trade line for your business. And I'm pretty sure it's Freedom Voice that also does the same thing. Because if you're going to, you need the stuff anyway, and you're going to register with one of them, you might as well get a 2-for-1. So you're knocking out your phone number, you're knocking out your virtual address, and then you also get a trade line that's going to help you establish your business credit. So this is the not so fun part, but I need this part to be up and correct. So once we go to the next part, like where we actually applying, and I'll pull up the corporate applications for you. A lot of times they're one-pagers. I don't want your business to get denied. If it gets denied on something, hopefully it's because it's a new business or something like that, not because you don't have business credit, right? I don't want you guys to get denied because those applications cost. So I need the structure and the foundation to be right so we can get past that part. If you're dealing with private landlord, you can skip a lot of this. A lot of times they don't have the capability to look up business credit scores. But because they don't, just like on the personal side, because you're a new business or a non-established business, sometimes they will ask you to put down more deposit, right? So if you have a new business, I don't want you to get discouraged and feel like, well, I'm going to automatically get denied because I don't have any of these things, or I'm brand new. Right. So even if you have it, we can go the private landlord route. There's still some room for negotiation with private landlords, but the business credit part, they don't really care too much about, but they may require more of a deposit. Maybe like you need to pay deposit in the first month rent up front, which again, you return the house back in the original condition, you're going to get your money back. So it'll be an upfront cost versus apartments. A lot of times you don't have to put down those hefty deposits. But I want to start here, the boring stuff, so we can get into what it looks like to actually call and email and pitch your business and actually develop a pitch for your business when you're trying to talk to these apartment communities. So we got the address, the email, the phone number. Go ahead.
It's you where you should have. So you stated, I was taking notes, but for some reason I didn't know which one you were talking about. You said if you go with this company, it has the phone number, the email address, and you said something about a trade line. Which company was that one?
So one of the virtual address companies, I believe it's Opus or Regis, that will actually report as a trade line. And sometimes they will give you a phone number, but they have tiers. So you start here, you just want the address. If you want the phone number and an answering service, it's another fee, right? So it costs a little bit more. But it's Opus or Regis that has that ability to report as a trade line.
Thank you. And I had another question from a while back. It's going to sound weird. For some reason, and I don't even know why, like I did it like a year ago, I have an EIN number for an LLC that I actually didn't register. I went to the website and I think I saved the name, and you could save it for 90 days, something like that. But I don't think I ever fully went to the next step and registered it. So I guess one of my questions is, hey, because I have an EIN number, can I apply for, or can I start applying for business credit, or no, I have to register it first and then go that route?
Well, if you have what address is on the EIN letter?
My house address.
So I would say no, because once you go through all of these steps, then you can register with your state and you can get your EIN. So your EIN is not something that you have to do the very first step, but once you have the name that you want and make sure nobody's using it, you can check on your state Secretary of State, and you can see if somebody's using the name that you want. So once you establish, okay, nobody's using this name, now you got your virtual address, you have your email, and you got your phone number. Then you can go and you can get your EIN and you can put Divine LLC, your professional business address, and the IRS.gov, they still ask for your social, but the information will match everywhere. So if you have the EIN and it has your home, that you can run into problems later.
Okay. So is that something we may work on? Because I do have an EIN number.
But you never register with your Secretary of State?
That's correct.
Yeah. So either you can go through the steps to change the address with the IRS, which is a lengthy process. You can call and you can ask them, you can fax something to them and you can ask them to change it. Or you can mail in a form and it takes them about 6 weeks to change it. But if you haven't registered with your Secretary of State, you can literally just reapply for an EIN with the same name, with the actual professional address, and then you can go through the steps of registering with your Secretary of State.
Okay, thank you.
Now, I would say it's probably easier just to start with a new one because the EIN is free. You haven't registered anywhere. You can just get another one.